Hey guys, it's been a while. But all that matters is I'm back now, right? Oh. So today I want to talk a bit about the worst person I've ever worked with, and I hate describing him in this way because he's the nicest man and the purest man you will ever meet in your entire life if you ever were to meet him, which is extremely unlikely. Maybe it isn't. I don't really have a measurement or statistics to back that up, so I should probably start this by explaining the job that I do. So I actually have two jobs. I work one job during the summer and one job during the school year. And this person works the summer job with me. So what we do at the summer job is mainly, I work at my old high school. Don't crack your knuckles in the freaking mic, you dummy. What am I doing? So my summer job is at my old high school, and what we basically do is just summer cleaning stuff. Mainly, the main thing that we do and spend most of the summer doing is stripping and waxing the floors. It's a simple process. I'll explain the process to you. So what you do is you empty the room, you do preparatory cleaning stuff like dusting, cleaning off chalkboards or whiteboards, washing the windows, sweeping the floor, stuff like that. And then, once you got all the stuff that can or is worth moving out of the room, you strip the floor. And what that does is it picks up the wax, so you can put new wax on and it'll be nice and shiny and happy and ruined within the first week of school. What? Bitter? I'm not bitter. You're bitter. Oh, not so livid. But how do you strip the floor? Well, I'm glad you asked. So that is also a very simple process. Generally speaking, you need three things. You need 2 mop buckets, preferably with wheels. And one has to have, I don't know what they're even called. I think the strainer that sits on top of it to wring out the mop. You need one of those. You don't need it for the other one. But you need 2 buckets. That's important. One of the buckets has stripper, not a stripper. Weirdo. It has stripper, floor stripper, a diluted liquid that you put on the floor, and then you take this other thing, a buffing machine, colloquially. That's not how you say that word. Colloquially known as a buffer to those in the industry, which I guess I am. I'm in too deep, man. I'm in too deep. And this buffer, it's a big old machine. I'll put a picture of it up or something. Maybe a few, just to show you what it looks like to use it. Or I could make some beautiful illustrations. We'll see what I do. I don't know yet. So the buffer, big machine, and it's got woven metal pads that you put down, and then you put the machine on the pad, and then you use that to pick up the wax off the floor after you put down the stripper, which, I don't know, does something to the wax and makes it pick upable. And then after you go over all the floor with the buffer, you don't do the whole room at once, by the way. You do it in a few sections, because if you do it all at once, the room's gonna look real bad, and you're gonna have to do it again, and again, and probably again. But after you're done with the old buffing, You gotta take the pad, you gotta go and rinse it off, because it's covered in wax. That's pretty gross, and you want to be able to reuse it. They're kind of expensive. But then you got that other bucket we didn't talk about, the one with the strainer ringer thing. That I don't know the actual name for, but that's fine. So the person with that, they got this thing, it's called metal soap. It's just, I don't even know why it's called metal soap. I don't know if it has any metal in it. I don't know if it's for picking up, like, metal. But I think it's just like a general cleaner. And you could probably use something else, but that's what we use. It's pink. It's pretty. When you got that in water, and then you got your mop, and you use that to pick up the leftover floor stripper. I'm gonna call it that, so it seems less weird to talk about. And that's it. This is the system. One crucial thing though, this is extremely important. I think I just hit the pop filter. That probably didn't sound good, but this is of vital importance. Focus, me. When you are mopping, it's called rinsing. The last person does with the wringing out and whatnot. They should mop in such a way that when they are done mopping, they do not leave any footprints over the part that was just stripped. It's very important. Extremely important. You got that? Can you visualize that in your head? If not, well, I don't know what to tell you, because I made it basically as simple as humanly possible. So in the school, there is one room that is always extremely bad, and like some of the rooms are big and have annoying floor, because if the floor is not like super level, it can be kind of annoying to get all the wax up, and you usually will have to do the room twice. But the worst room in the school is almost always the art room. It's a big room, a very big room, probably the biggest room in the school, other than like a gym or something. The biggest classroom for sure. Long story short, we had to do the art room 3 times, which has never happened as far as I'm aware. And I know the exact reason why. And it falls on Joe's shoulders, 100%. Like, even if I wanted to take some blame, it does not fall on me at all. Because there's a very important thing that was left in the room when we were done. Both of the first 2 times going over it. They were footprints. You want to know who was in charge of rinsing? Joe was in charge of rinsing. Now I still feel bad for him because he's a retired teacher from the high school. I don't even know how old he is. He's gotta be in his 70s. Late 60s or early 70s or something. He's up there. And he's, like I said, he's the sweetest man in the whole world. And he always comes back and works. He's retired. Why is he coming back to work during the summer? He loves the school so much. And I feel so bad. But he's so bad. And I don't understand how he is so bad. It's so simple. It's mopping a floor. And the one stipulation is you don't step where you mopped on the final time mopping. That's the one stipulation you have. And no matter how many times we tell him, he just always does. And another thing, you do not, I forgot about this. This also happened in the art room with my buddy Joe. So what I usually do, I'm usually the one who buffs, and usually whoever buffs also lays down the stripper just because you do a section, right? So you lay down the section that you're doing, and then you do that section, and then the other person mops up that section, because the mopping doesn't have to be precise other than not stepping on what you've done. That's the only part that has to be precise in any way. So we're in there, we're like 2 sections in or something out of, I don't know, the room's probably like 13, 14 sections or something ridiculous. And so I laid down the stripper and then get the buffer and I start buffing. And so what I do, I'll put like some sort of illustration for this up there because I'm gonna explain it terribly, I know. I sort of outline the section first with the buffer, and then you want to start up at the top and then work your way back, generally. That's what I do, at least. So, you don't want to mop up, as you could probably guess, until it's been buffed over. Joe had other plans. So I lay down the stripper, and I do my outline, and then I go to the top, and then when I'm like halfway done with the section, working my way back, there's no stripper left on the floor. And I'm like, what is happening? What's going on? And I look back, and Joe's mopped it all up. I'm like, what are you doing? Come on, man. You know the drill. You've been working here longer than I have. So very softly, I'll be like, Joe, you don't have to start mopping it up until I'm done. You can wait until I'm all the way done before you start mopping it up. And make sure you don't mop up the parts that I haven't done yet. Or else I'm gonna need to stop, and I'm gonna need to get more stripper, and I'm gonna need to lay it down, and then I'm gonna need to buff back over it. You feel me? And I'll be like, yeah, okay. And then like 3 sections later, he'll do it again. And I'm like, it's a vicious cycle, and I can't stop it, and I've tried so hard, and I've tried so hard, and it just doesn't work. It never works. It's been like this for years. Like, sorry, there was a weird noise outside. What was I saying? Like, this isn't the first occurrence of this, but this is like probably the worst occurrence of it. And the final time when we did the art room, Joe was not involved. Joe was involved in take 1 and take 2. Take 3, he was not involved. And coincidentally, take 3 was the last one that we needed. Now again, I have absolutely nothing at all against Joe. Joe's a great guy. He's probably one of the greatest men to ever grace the halls of my old high school. But maybe this isn't the job for Joe. I'm just saying. Hey guys, just want to make one final quick little note here at the end of the video. I know I joked about it at the beginning, but I'm super sorry about doing nothing for the entire summer on the channel. That doesn't mean I wasn't working on stuff, that just means I never got anything done to get out to you guys. Nothing that I was satisfied with, at least. I scrapped like 1 or 2 things that were not my finest, which is why you'll never see them and I'll never see them because they're gone forever now, but that's fine. But I've still got the next shoot, what is this series even called? A winner's guide. Got the next winner's guide. If you haven't seen on my Twitter, that's still in the works. Still a lot of footage to sort through because if you don't know, I'm doing full game playthroughs and condensing them down to 1 video, hopefully. So that's fun. And now that school's starting back up again, I'll have more time to hopefully do videos. We'll see. School hasn't started yet, but I've got plenty of ideas for MBOI videos. Sorry, Josh. Boy videos. So those will be coming down the pipeline, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching. I don't know how to sign off videos. Goodbye. We can use that for something.